Hey everyone, Ray Sawvell, raysawvell.com. In today's video, we are going to be going through custom reporting within the Google Ads dashboard. Now, this will not be a reporting video on the predefined report section. I'll have a video in the next week or so that'll be linked in the upper right-hand corner about the predefined report section, where Google will include all of the reporting that you need and they think that you need. However, in this video, I am going to include just the custom reporting section. So in order to get over to that section within Google Ads, go to the Google Ads dashboard and select reports on the top of your screen, and then click reports right here. Now, once you get to this section, you'll notice that all of the predefined reports that I mentioned are here. They're also located at the top of your screen, which I'll be talking about later. But for purposes of this video, we are going to be creating those custom reports that I mentioned. Now, you may have a couple of custom reports already within the dashboard from a previous account manager or other reports that you may have created yourself. But if you click on custom right here, you can begin to make a table, a line chart, column chart, bar chart, scatter chart, or a pie chart, whatever you like. So the first thing I am going to showcase is the table. And the beauty of this report is that you are able to customize this and change it on the fly because everything is like living. You can change it and it's all adaptive. So the first thing you're going to see is you can name your report, so you can call it whatever you like. You've got the date ranges that you can change, which obviously you're pretty used to if you're working within Google or Bing. So you can change the date. And then here's all of the rows and columns that you can add in. So what's going to happen on this left-hand side here is this is where your report is going to populate. And then on the right-hand side is where all of your metrics and dimensions are. So you can pull in very specific metrics or dimensions as rows or columns, and then have that data populate on the left-hand side here. So an example, let's say I want to pull in a campaign. I can do that by searching in the upper right-hand corner for campaign. Or what I can do is I can start to go through all of these submenus. Now, these submenus, you can go through all of them if you want to see things, or if you've got a good idea of what you want to include within the report, you can just start to search for them. So I know I want to get campaigns here, and now you can see that I'm going to get every single campaign as a row within this custom report here. The next thing I want to include is like some high level metric information. So let's say I want to include clicks, impressions, click-through rate, and I think click-through rate is CTR here. And let's do conversions. And you know what? I'm going to get ROAS as well, which within the Google dashboard is conversion value over cost. And if you've been following along or doing this yourself, you should start to see this information start to pre-populate with all of the information. So you can see that I have the campaign name and then all those other dimensions and metrics that I included. The real nice thing about this is you can drag things however you like. So let's say I want impressions first, and then I want clicks, and then I want my ratio, and then I want to get conversions. You can drag and drop these around however you like. And let's say you accidentally add something. So let's say I add this conversion value over cost based on the current attribution model. I can click on this drop-down arrow, click on delete here, or you can just drag this and just drag it off to the right-hand side, and it's going to get out of your report. Now, because this is going to be a report that I'm going to be looking at, you can choose to customize this to like more recent if you want to look at the last 7 days, last 14 days. I'm going to do last month just so I can get an idea of how things are trending. And what you can see here is you're seeing a lot of zeros. The benefit of doing this type of report is you can filter and change things on the go. So let's say I want to look at all my clicks. I can look at that from high to low. Here are all of my campaigns that got clicks. I can get the information for ROAS along with conversion. I can also choose to filter out a lot of this noise because there's a lot of zeros here. I can click on the clicks column, go to filter, and then I can filter out anything that is less than 0. So I'm just saying, Google, show me everything that is greater than 0. And what's going to happen is it's going to show this piece here. So I'm hoping you're starting to understand like the power of this type of report where you can build this out and then you can even download it, schedule it, and get a ton of additional detail, which I'll be diving into here in a few minutes. But this is definitely more of a beginner type of video. So let's say you want to get this data set here. You can choose to download it and you can get like CSV all the way down to Google Sheets or just like a PDF export if you just want to get a screenshot of this. You can also schedule this data to be automatically sent to your email address, your team members, your clients. Now, what I will say with this data here is, in my opinion, this data is used really well internally, but I would not share this externally because things like Google Data Studio or external reporting tools, in my opinion, are a much better way to do some data storytelling and some data visualization. So for that reason, I would recommend to keep this reporting internal, but you do you. All right, so this is a pretty basic report that we are looking at here. I'm just looking at campaigns with some very high level snapshot information. What if I want to add another row of complexity here? Let's say I want to look at a week over week performance for the month. So I can go to week here, and I can either click it or I can add it to the row column. You can also add it as a column if you would like, but I'm adding it to the rows here. And now what I'm seeing is I'm getting a breakdown of every single week, and I can sort these, and I can see every single week how we're trending. And I can go back further in time if I want. So if you remember, I was previously looking just at 1 month of data, June 1st through June 30th. Let me go back to the beginning of the year. I'm going to go back to the beginning of the year for this to showcase the power of reporting. So the beauty here is now I am looking at January 1st through June 30th, about 6 months of data. I have clicks that are less than 0 filtered out, and I have it broken down by week. Now, this data here, there's a lot going on. There's a little bit here. There's 131 rows of data. There's a better way to look at this. Now, a table typically isn't the best way unless you're going to do pivots or something along those lines. Here's where something like a bar chart or perhaps a time series chart may look better. And let me show you what I mean. So if I go to time chart and I break out campaign by clicks and conversions. Now, this does look like there's a lot going on here. So you can see like this chart here may not be the best thing. But the beauty of this is you can check on and check off very specific campaigns to see how they're performing. So let's say I wanted to see how this campaign is doing for clicks. Here's my click trend for this one campaign. Here's my conversions trend for the same campaign. By default, because I had it previously broken out by week, it's going to do that. However, I can still break it out by daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly. Now, I did that pretty fast, so let me show you how I got there. If you just hover above the campaign section here and click on weekly, you can see that you can then change this information to another time range if you like. So if I were to look at this monthly instead, the graph still doesn't look very great, but it looks a little bit better. So this is helpful if you want to like silo one specific campaign trend to see how that's going. The better use case for this very specific example is likely going to be a bar chart, because now I can see how these very specific campaigns are performing for both conversions and clicks. So the blue color is my clicks, the red color is my conversions, and I have it broken out by campaign. Now, the reason why I have 883 conversions in this example and 10K and the graph looks so close is because the y-axis is different compared to the x-axis. You can see that this is on a scale of 12K, and I believe the other click amount is up to a scale of 900 here. So you can see the X is at 900, the Y is at 12K. If I were to turn this off, look how bad this looks. It doesn't look awful. You get an idea that there's a lot more clicks than conversions happening, but this might look better internally. So you can get an idea of how it's trending over time for this specific report, which is kind of neat. So that's another way that you can visualize and sort of look at this data. The final thing that I wanted to make sure to showcase here is saving reports. So you do have the option to save your reports if you just click on Save on the top of your screen. So you can click on Save or Save As. And then once you save this, it'll go back to that previous screen and it'll show you exactly this data set next time you come in. And then the really nice thing, if you make a bunch of changes to the report and you click reset, it's going to default to the last saved state. And you can hover over all of these options here and they will tell you exactly what they do. So if you hover over reset and you click on it, it'll then default back to this last section. So keep that in mind as you're kind of tinkering with this and you're kind of playing with it, but it's really nice to really be able to adjust a lot of this information on the fly and get the level of detail that you need. because as marketers, we need to be able to get data at our disposal rather quickly and be able to tell that story to our clients or to our team so we can optimize efficiently. If you have any questions, let me know down below in the comments. This is a pretty basic video. I'm more than happy to go more in the weeds on advanced reporting. If that's what you're looking for, please let me know down below. Also, if you found this type of content helpful, please consider subscribing. It helps tell me that this is the type of content that you like, and it'll also help recommend this type of video to more cool people just like you. So until next time, I'll see you guys later. Thanks. See ya.